Guys, we're on the Gas Digital Network. Use offer code CHE to come get the exclusive episode. If you use that, you put a little bit of cash in my pocket. Plus, you get all access to all the Gas Digital shit, and you get a discount. These are the dark holes I fell into this week. Lily Phillips is taking a shot at an anal challenge, guys. The Lily Phillips Bonnie Blue rivalry isn't going in the direction I predicted. I predicted it was just going to be who can fuck the most men over and over, but I think it still will end up. We'll get into it. I always start too early. Then we got reality TV, but in Russia. What are they doing over there? Huh? Pretty interesting stuff, guys. Then, if we have time, we're going to get to the Fox News exhibitionist. That might get moved to the extra app. It feels like there's a hair on my lip or something. I don't know what is going on here. It's like, I think it's skin. Okay. And furry allegations. We got to write in about furry allegations. All today on Dark Holes. There we go. Let's get to this headline. Lily Phillips is preparing for her anal sex challenge, but her methods are risky. Dun, 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 dun. As I predicted, guys. Whoa, you're going crazy with the camera over there, Jorge. You're fucking the camera. This guy's camera fiend over there. I didn't mind that one. Do the couch again. Do the couch again just for me. I want to see that. That looks, I mean, it's very casting couch. It's very like, hey, like, we're going to do like kind of a porno and it's going to look really shitty and it's going to be grainy. And it's very like it's the worst interview ever is about to take place. Like this is like, I'm going to be interviewing like a homeless drug addict who's doing some crazy stuff on OnlyFans. Like they just learned about OnlyFans and they're making like $700 a month, but for them that's pretty sick, and most of it's like being invested in crack cocaine. That's kind of what that's got the vibe of. Anyways, go back to me. Yeah, okay, Lily Phillips. Lily Phillips has revealed how she is preparing for her latest so-called sex challenge, in quotations. Don't say so-called. This is a legitimate challenge, okay? Okay, so what? The ice bucket challenge, that's a challenge. So-called challenge. Pouring ice on yourself? Or like, who can... Well, you know what I saw in the Guinness World Book of Records once? Most shrimp eaten out of a person's mouth by a duck. What the fuck is that, dude? No one even does that. Of course you're going to win that. This chick's going to be like, how many dicks can I take in my ass? That's a real challenge. That's a way harder challenge, okay? Well, I don't know if that's exactly what this is. I'm reading this for the first time, just so you know, guys. Someone sent this article to me, and it, like, as we were prepping the app, it popped into my head. I was like, oh, I forgot about that Lily Phillips thing. It might work well on this episode. But her methods have left doctors concerned. Oh, my God. The medical team needs to come in and be like, Lily, you can't do it. We can't have you go out there and do it. And she's like, fucking no one's going to stop me, bro. This is like when fucking Michael Bisping used to lie about his fake eye, about how one of his eyes was out, and so he could keep on fighting. The doctors never knew he had one eye. This is crazy, dude. They're like, if you keep going out there, there's gonna be serious damage, and we can't say that you'll come back the same person you were. And Lily Phillips is like, it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't fucking matter, dude. What matters is giving the people the show. What matters is setting the records that everyone else was too afraid to set before. What matters is taking the most dicks in your butt. That's what matters to Lily Phillips, okay? Lily announced that she would be having anal sex with as many guys as possible, sharing the news just days after her OnlyFans star, Bonnie Blue, I don't know why I said her. Just days after OnlyFans star Bonnie Blue had sex with 1,057 men in a day, which I'm still skeptical of. I want to see proof. I want to see proof. I'm kind of interested in subscribing to Bonnie Blue's thing. I got to do some investigative work on this and figure out if there's actually a video of these 1,000 guys, okay? Okay. Concerns have been raised for both women's sexual health, and now Lily, 23, has acknowledged that STIs are something that could happen. Well, Lily says she was on PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis, a medication used to reduce the risk of HIV. She told the news. She told the Moment News, or the News Moment, that STIs are just the nature of the job. Okay, so this chick she's taking the drugs. This is kind of like an athlete who's like they're injured and they're on like cortisol shots or something like that. And like, are you gonna be ready to play in the big game? And they're like, hey, there's my doctor said they're saying it's ill-advised to touch the field, but this opportunity only comes around once in a lifetime, and I'm not gonna pass up. You think I'm gonna pass up the opportunity to get on that field and show all the world, every human on planet Earth, what I'm made of? Not a chance. There's not a chance I don't do that. I guess, yeah. You gotta be. I didn't realize that some of these chicks are taking PrEP. PrEP's, from what I've heard, isn't easy on the body. PrEP actually wears out your liver pretty hard. It's like it was similar to boozing, is what I've heard. So she's doing this for you guys, really. She's doing. I don't think she's not doing this for herself. She's doing this for you at home, the viewer, shaving years off her life, years off the elasticity of her butthole, so that y'all can be entertained. Okay, so you better tune in, is what I'm saying. You better tune in. She said, stuff can go wrong. It's a con of being in our industry. I make sure everyone is tested, but if someone tests the weeks before and then has sex between that, it's something I can't really stop. Yeah, I know from what I've heard is like people just get STDs. Like it was like a few years ago at the AVN, there was like a giant orgy and there was a big chlamydia outbreak at this orgy at the AVNs. This is a rumor I heard. I've never been to the AVN, so you can't be like, it was you, Jay. I know when I said it was a rumor I heard, you guys at home were like, yeah, sure, rumor. No, it was a rumor I heard. Yeah, I think it's something that was kind of talked about openly amongst the porn stars. But so then, and when you test positive, like you can't have sex for like whatever 7 days or 2 weeks or some shit like that. And that whole time, that's money, baby. That's what the real like problem is. It's not like, oh, getting chlamydia is like so rough on your body or it's so embarrassing or something. No, they don't give a fuck about that. What they care about is the cold hard cash. You got to cancel a bunch of meetups and a bunch of fucking events and a bunch of different things you had going on so you can get the chlamydia out of your system. You don't start ping-ponging it off your fellow actors and actresses. Okay. I'll probably stop eating. Also wear a butt plug for quite a while the days before. You gotta work for it. You can't just go into this blind, guys. Like, this is like fucking Kobe getting up at 5 a.m. to do a practice before the practice. She's like, before like I go and shoot all these scenes, I'm butt plugging, I'm not eating, I'm gonna be like so fasted. Could you imagine? Like, this is like, I don't know if I said this about her other thing, but this is like the Jordan flu game. This is in terms of porn equivalent, this is the porn equivalent to the Jordan flu game. Because Jordan was in a weakened state, he was feeling sick, and he was still able to put up some crazy numbers. This chick is going to go into this ultimate anal challenge, the UAC, and then is going to take possibly the most dicks in a butt that anyone's taken in a 24-hour period on little to no calories, guys. Little to no calories to get the job done. Pretty nuts, man. Pretty nuts. I'll probably stop eating. And wear a butt plug for quite a while the days before. And then the morning, I'm douching quite a few times to make sure everything is really cleaned out, she explained. Of course, because you're a fucking professional. Then I usually go in with toys to really stretch it and really stretch it out quite a bit. I love how this is like an interview. This is an official interview with a tabloid. And she's like, yeah, I'm going to put a butt plug in for a few days. Then I'm going to really stretch it out quite a bit. However, NHSGP Dr. Hannah Patel tells Metro that there are several potential risks associated with Lily's methods. Okay, I'm going to let you take it. Oh, there's a big thing about common signs of HIV in women. They're like throwing in here the butt plug stuff. Okay, I'm gonna let you take it from here, Jorge. Show me. Oh wait. What's this video? Is this the? Oh, this is what they had with Lily. Never mind. I'm just reading this article for the first time with you guys. Take it from anal douching, please, Jorge.
Anal douching is the process of rinsing the rectum with water or a specialized cleaning solution, typically using a bulb syringe, enema kit, or shower attachment. Dr. Hannah, who works with this Superdrug Online doctor, explains it involves inserting some lukewarm water or douching solution into the rectum, allowing it to be retained briefly before expelling it into the toilet.
Hold there. Douching solution? That's my next username in a video game. Douching solution is for sure. You're going to see douche on Marvel Rivals. I'm Fart Hamper Deluxe right now. I might have to switch that to douching solution. Douching solution is one of the funniest combinations of words I've ever fucking heard in my life. That's what I'm going to start calling people that in public. Hey, look at this douching solution. God, that rips, man. Okay, please continue.
The process is repeated until the water runs clear. It's important to use body temperature water, as water that is too hot or too cold can cause discomfort or damage the delicate rectal lining. Some people opt for commercial enema solutions, but these can cause irritation if used frequently. Douching regularly carries a number of potential health risks too, as Dr. Hannah said. Overuse can strip away the natural mucus lining of the rectum, which serves as a protective barrier against irritation and infection. It may also disrupt the natural balance of gut bacteria, potentially leading to irritation, inflammation, or an increased susceptibility to infection. There we go.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
And alongside these issues, inserting the water with too much pressure could cause a tear into the rectal tissue, making infection or STIs, including HIV, more likely, as micro tears in your rectum allow the infection to enter the system more easily.
Wow, okay. So there are a lot of risks with this, but this is like she said, this is kind of some of the risks that come along with the job. If you are trying to accomplish something this incredible, you need you're not getting out clean. This isn't like you go in for a good workout and you're like, I got a good pump, and then you leave. This is like a UFC fight. I know I've used different sports analogies here. So I use the Jordan flu game. This is like it's going to be a combination of the Jordan flu game, a combination of UFC fight. It's kind of like WWE as well, like one massive stunt to impress the people. It's all those things together. After a UFC fight, the fighters rarely sleep because there's so much damage on their body. You kind of train and train and train and train. She's going to be stretching her butthole. She's going to be using toys in her ass to get it ready. She's going to stop eating a couple days before or reduce her intake a couple days before to really clean everything out. She's going to douche everything out. The cleaning, the douching, this is like equivalent to cutting weight for a fighter. She's also not eating there. This is actually maybe, a little closer to fighting, maybe even at a lower weight class than you're used to. She's really cutting weight, and then you take the punishment to the body, bang, 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 all on the insides. She's going to have a long recovery period after this. The point of this isn't to go in and come out clean and come out safe. The point of this is to do all the prep necessary to mitigate the amount of damage that happens, but the damage is going to happen. You understand that damage is going to happen. That's why she's taking the prep to reduce the risk of HIV. This is all, like, I understand the doctor's concerns. The doctor's going like, hey, you might hurt yourself. She's going, no, I'm gonna hurt myself. I'm going to get injured. I'm going to have my butthole potentially never be the same as it was before. But she says she's doing this ultimate anal challenge, but we didn't get any details on, God, why are you giving me a pop-up? The fasting, then we have the butt plug. I want information on, they don't give you information on fasting. When it comes to Lily's decision to fast, the doctor stresses there are numerous risks: low blood pressure or low blood sugar, dizziness, fatigues, and decreased stamina. Yeah, this is all factors, as I was saying, flu game adjacent. Plus, given her challenge is also going to last for hours, the lack of food could increase. The lack of food could increase the star's risks of fainting, exhaustion, or make sex more painful. For sure, dehydration is another concern. Adds Dr. Hannah, infrequent fluid intake can lead to muscle cramps and reduced lubrication, increasing in discomfort during sex. Well, she is going to. But we don't. Okay, so she just says she's going to do an ultimate anal sex challenge, but we didn't get any details. It just says as many guys as possible. She didn't put in like, I need a number, Lily. We need a number on the table to make it interesting. 100 guys, I did 100 guys in the puss, now 100 guys in the ass. Like, we need a number, like just as many guys as possible. If you cap out at like 10, oh, wait, you got something for me, Jorge?
So according to this TikTok, it says that around 60 people.
Around 60, okay.
That's what she was planning.
Around 60 dudes in the ass. Now, I think if you wanted to do this in a smart way, makes it a little bit more difficult, but you should have each dude come in and do like a girth and measurement test. We should see what they're working with, because I would assume, like, if you got 60 dudes with small peeners, that's like a way easier day in the office. But one big fat hog, like if one guy shows up and he's rocking like a fucking 10-inch bologna sandwich, then that could rupture her ass. Then she's done for the whole day, dude. She would have to save that, like, the big guys for the end. Because if you took one too early, it would just blow her ass out, and then she wouldn't even be able to perform for the rest of the day. So this might be a small dicks only. Like, it's not a lot of times that dudes with small dicks are requested to, like, come into the fray. But small dicks only is kind of what's required for this. So if you've got a small dick and you're interested in being in a multi-anal gangbang, this could be your opportunity to really shine. This could be your calling. You've been sitting around day after day kind of regretting the fact that you have a below-average penis. Well, guess what? You're about to be one of the most important people to Lily Phillips, who might be important in your life. I don't know how many times you've jorked it to her, but she's center stage. She's a household name right now. She's rising to stardom in like an Andrew Tate speed, where everyone in their house knows who Lily Phillips is. I'm seeing people make content about what Lily Phillips is doing. It's kind of, she is becoming a superstar. She's becoming a superstar, ladies and gentlemen, through her sexual acts. And even with the crazy stuff Bonnie's done, I think she's still outpacing Bonnie, simply probably because she's like a little hotter than Bonnie. I think that's really what it is. Do you think Lily's hotter than Bonnie?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah. It's not even trying to be. It's just like, she just is, dude. She just is. Bonnie has a little bit of a psychotic look in her eyes. Like, that's what I've said before. Bonnie is very much the villain in this situation. Everything that Lily does seems more selfless. Seems more like, I'm doing it for the good of the people. I'm getting fucked in my ass a bunch of times for the good of the people, you know? This is something that, like, Bonnie would probably in another lifetime make a very good leader. She would, I could see her, like, if we go into World War III, her being the Prime Minister of England and really securing England and bringing the people together and motivating them to stand for their country and win the war. I think Lily Phillips has that inside her. She's obviously got a strong internal constitution, guys. All right, so we're going to keep our eyes open for that. But guys, welcome to Dark Holes. We're back. That was kind of the Lily Phillips anal thing was a last-minute addition, so that kind of caught me off guard. So we're going to see how many stories we can get through today. I don't know if we're going to get through them all. Whatever we do, sometimes we don't get through them all. We just we push them over to the Patreon app. That's how we do it, guys. What's going on with me? We got a Gas Digital exclusive this week. We got Big Dogs. Okay, the Big Dogs thing, it was this guy. I don't know, these courses, I always find them so funny. It's like, hey, are you like a real man? Are you sure? Why don't you come out with other alphas and we'll hang out at like a retreat? It's like a boys' retreat with other dudes. All those videos, I'm like, I don't know. We'll get into it on the other app. But that's what it's one of those. And then we got Little Indians. There's like a little dwarf Indian dude who's making some super viral content. He really gets me pumped up. And then we got an emergency poop during practice. I think this was a baseball practice, but we all love a good poop story over here at Dark Holes. Okay, and also, guys, follow me, you fucking idiots. You guys know that you should be following the podcast if you're not already. And I think I forgot to put the 5-star review of the week in here again. Fucking Jesus Christ. Let me look quickly to see if I can find one in like 2 seconds. But yeah, if you guys aren't following the pod, just go over and follow the podcast, guys. It helps the pod out a ton. It costs you nothing, and you just help me out. Okay, no, I don't think I have a new one in here. But it's okay. Whatever, guys. We'll get one next week. We'll get one next week, guys. All right. Oh, Marvel Rivals big update, ladies and gentlemen. So it has happened. What I perceived was the truth. What I perceived would happen. What I predicted so long ago. I said that myself and my co-host, who I stream with, Cameron Phoenix, that we are both platinum quality players. And what has fucking happened? We hit Platinum 3 yesterday. We hit Platinum 3, guys. We are now in Platinum. If we drop below Platinum, who cares? We made it. I called it. I said we were fucking Platinum quality, and we made it to fucking Platinum, dude. I mainly play Hulk. I have one good game as Thor. Actually, Hulk and Penny is who I've been playing the most. If I'm on offense, I play Hulk. On defense, I play Penny. And I was in a good flow. I had one MVP match. Not a lot of MVP matches. Some matches I actually didn't play good. One match I didn't get MVP, but I kind of won. We were like right at the end. It was the push the payload map in that fucking, on the new map where it's all like fucking vampires and shit. In the Midtown map. And I did my Hulk ultimate at the end, and I fucking got like 3 kills. Like, kush, kush, doing the clap, kush, kush, knocking dudes out. And I was like, I really helped there. We were right at like when there's like a few inches left to go, and then it crosses the finish line, but people keep jumping on the payload. I did something cool. I did something good, guys. So I think I'm contributing to the team well. We are Plat 3. And now everything above this is just a bonus. Like, everything past Platinum 3 is beyond my expectations. We're going to shoot for Diamond now. But even if we make it cool, if we don't, who cares, bro? If we don't make it to Diamond, who gives a fucking shit? But what's important is that we made it to Plat 3, just as I called, Platinum quality players. And now you just got to focus on what the next goal is, which is just continuing forward, man. Continuing forward, ladies and gents. All right, guys. So, when this episode comes out, I think this will be, when this episode comes out, it will be the 13th. Yeah, it'll be the 13th, Las Vegas. So we'll do some tour dates here. We're in Las Vegas on February 13th, so that'll be today. Detroit on February 14th and 15th. Madison, Wisconsin on February 20th and 22nd. Nashville, Tennessee, March 5th. Lexington, Kentucky, March 6th and 8th. Dayton, Ohio, March 13th. Salt Lake City, Utah, March 28th to 29th. Calgary, Alberta, April 3rd to 5th. Appleton, Wisconsin, April 25th to 26th. Get all your tickets through CheDurena.com or at punchup.live/Che Durena. Yes, I also now have 1,000 followers or 1,000 fans on Punch Up Live. Pretty good. We're fucking driving tickets over there. Gym update. So what did I get up today? Today I gymmed. We recorded a couple episodes back to back, so you're not going to get as big of a gym jump in between these two episodes, just because I'm on the road a ton right now. What did I do? What's 235s is what? 115? 115 for 5 sets of 5 on overhead press. It's pretty good. It was a little bit of a struggle on some of the reps, so I think I'm going to stay at 115 again next week. And so until I can get it up real easy, then I'll fucking bop the weight up a little bit. That's the goal, guys. Okay. Let's get into our next story, guys. Russian reality TV. Can you play the first clip for me, please, Jorge? This one, a bunch of clips from this show started just firing through my algorithm, and I was excited to see. I was like, what the fuck is this, guys? And I just started to drink it up. I started to get very interested in it. Okay, let's take a peek at this. Look at this. These ladies just hanging out. She has a watermelon. And you go, oh, they must be friends. She takes the watermelon. She goes, eat shit, you stupid bitch. Chucking a watermelon in a stranger's face? And a bunch of the girls are like, "Ay." She's way bigger than her too. Okay, give me one more. Give me feet as well. Give me feet. Let's just watch a couple of these back to back so you guys can get a vibe of what this show is kind of like. And then we'll get into a little bit of discussion about it. So this chick is just putting her feet in someone else's face, which is, of course, oh, the spin kick. She eats it, though. She's like, once the heels come off, then you know it's game time. Fuck your shoes. One more time. Let's see that kick. Oh, dude, that's some taekwondo. Russians like to kick. They're kicking people. When you watch Russian fight videos, they kick a lot. They're like, I feel like Americans are much more of a boxing people, but the Russians love to get a little, like a switch kick, a spin kick, a leg kick. They enjoy the kick. They don't forget about the kick in a street fight. They're multi-limbed people. Also the headbutt. If you ever fight a Russian, they'll watch out for the headbutt. They like a headbutt, dude. What is that martial art too, where they have the ninth limb? That's what they call it, Jorge, the ninth limb. Because you have the Muay Thai's 8 limbs, okay? So you have 1, 2 is your 2 fists. Then you have 3, 4, your 2 elbows. 5, 6, your knees, and 7, 8 is your legs or your feet. Those are the 8 limbs. And then the 9th limb, you're coming in with a little bit of fucking headbutt, dude.
Are you talking about left wee?
That sounds right. Is it like Russian dudes and geese?
This says sort. It's more like boxing, sort of.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, but, the left wee, the art of the 9 limbs.
Okay, yeah.
As a form of kickboxing.
Yes, and so you can do all the kicking and punching, but you can also headbutt, which is a good tactic. You'd think the headbutt would be a 50-50. Because you're hitting a head against a head, so like you would think you'd be losing as much as possible. But if you hit the hard part of your forehead into like the soft face area, the softer face area, I should say, you're winning. You're winning good, and it's also just such a close. It makes the clinch different. I like it, guys. Let's get more headbutts in there. But anyways, this whole Russian fighting thing, okay, guys? This Russian reality show, I looked into it a little bit. I found like a 3-hour episode on YouTube. I didn't watch the whole thing. I got like some snippets from it. We'll watch a snippet from it later of what I saw. It's a show called Tomboys. That's what it translates to, is tomboys. And it's kind of like women who are just like so rambunctious. It would be like, it's like that chick prison show that we had, like that Locked Up or whatever the fuck it was called, that was in America. But this one is just wild Russian chicks out in the open. And what this show has taught me is that it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we enjoy watching trash people do trash things. That's a unifier. There's not a lot of unifiers where it's like, oh, you could show this type of media to anyone in any, like you go across any place, like a competition show, a singing competition, for some reason that resonates with everyone across the world. Let's do like a Jackass style show. Someone getting hit in the nuts, someone getting poop thrown at them, or like they're in a porta potty as it gets launched up, or someone's getting punched in the balls or lighting a firecracker off in their ass. That is a unifier across all platforms. So it's kind of beautiful to find something like this. And I'm thinking we need to introduce it in more cultures. So we need to go to, like, where's a place where this isn't happening? So we know it's in Russia. It's happening in places like Japan, too. That's the place where you think the Japanese would be a little too classy to have some reality TV shit like this. But you remember where they fucking locked that guy in a room for, like, 2 years? Can you look that up for me, Jorge? There was that dude they locked up in a room for 2 years. People sent it to me a bunch because they said I look like him, which I kind of do. And they did the Netflix show about him, and that is almost even more perverted of a way of spying and watching on a person. Just watching a man slowly lose his mind is that he's like living a real life Truman Show. Over here in the West, the Truman Show is a crazy idea. It's a crazy fucking like, oh, who would ever watch that? We would never do that to a human being. In Japan, they said, let it roll. Put the fucking cameras on. We want to do it live, baby. Yes, this dude.
The contestant.
The contestant
is what it translates to.
And okay, so if I'm not mistaken, I never watched the doc on this. I should watch this doc. But they lock him in the room, and basically, in order for him to get food or water or anything, he has to do like little competition things, like those like write-in or send-in competitions through magazines and stuff. And that's all he has access to. And then that's how he gets all the shit he needs in there. And then at one point, he thinks he's getting let out, but then they put him into a different room. And then they reveal him in front of a live studio audience, and he doesn't realize that he's been locked up for the entire time. I gotta watch that now. I'm very curious as to what happened to that guy's mental state, because they say isolation drives you crazy. But maybe he figured it out. But what I was saying, what we need to do in terms of like a reality show, let's do it with some uncontacted tribes. That would be fucking really good. Let's get like 10 different uncontacted tribes, and then we'll get like 10, like one chick from each uncontacted tribe. And then we have like a dude from an uncontacted tribe, and then we have like a regular dude just from like, I don't know, Wisconsin, and then we have 10 regular chicks from like all over America. We take a chick from Jersey, we take a chick from Texas, a chick from Tennessee, a chick from California, we take a chick from fucking Arizona. We just fucking blup, blip, 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 take chicks from all those places and like crane style. Well, the chicks from America, we could probably just invite them on the show. The uncontacted tribe chicks, I don't know if they have an interest in coming onto a reality show. So we get them like drone. We send in a drone with like a crane arm on it, like the claw. And it comes down, grabs these chicks, and then brings them to a set. And they're like, they don't know what's going on, but we'll have a translator and shit for them to tell them what's happening. They're already there, so they're gonna participate. But then it's like it's a dating show where you have 10 women from an uncontacted tribe, 10 women from regular, civilized, in quotation, American or Western society, all pining for the love of one of these two dudes, the uncontacted tribe guy and the regular guy from, in quotation, civilized world. I think that sounds like a good show. And then there needs to be a money aspect where as people get cut off, there's like, there's money on the line. And so when you get to the end, you get to choose. Are you going to choose to go on the date with the guy and have the guy forever? Or are you going to choose to take the money and then run away back to where you came from? And then, so if one of these like regular Western chicks falls in love with uncontacted tribe guy, they're going to end up in like some Amazonian rainforest fucking hunting leopards and shit. But maybe that's their calling and they don't even know. And then we do the follow-up after time. This is a good idea, guys. This is the next gen brain rot. That's what we've talked about, brain rot, quite a few times. That's something else we got to go head to head on. Who had the best brain rot from what generation? Because we make fun of the kids currently for having brain rot, but we all had brain rot. As I've said before, we've all had brain rot. We had some really good reality TV brain rot in our day, and I think that's something that the kids don't have because they've kind of softened up television so much that everything like before on TV, you could take a bunch of people that now would be considered mentally ill. It would be like 20 people that all have like borderline personality disorder. You could starve them and then only feed them alcohol for like 12 hours and then put them in a house and tell them that they were fighting for love and money and just film it. And that was acceptable. It was an acceptable way to treat people, and it was acceptable to watch and enjoy and make fun of and ridicule strangers. American Idol in its heyday, oh my God, American Idol in the heyday, when they just brought freaks up there. They were like, hey, here's a freak. And we went, yeah! That's why you watched American Idol. Who gave a fuck about, who was good at singing? You wanted to see some delusional person from Mississippi come on stage and sing the worst song you've ever heard, and then at home you would feel so good. You go, I'm not them. That feels nice in my body. That's what we used to do, and it was a great time. It was a great fucking time, dude. But, yeah, so the kids today don't have that kind of brain rot, but they do have a similar kind of brain rot. It's just in the YouTube format. See, YouTube doesn't have the FTC regulating what's acceptable on television, so now they have that, like, pop the balloon game, which is the same fucking thing. You have a dude walk out, and then there's a bunch of ladies, and on first glance, he, like, speaks, or he has weird teeth, and they pop the balloon, and they go, why do you pop the balloon? They go, he ugly. This guy fucking ugly. No way I'm going to be with him. And then he goes like, there's more than looks. And they go, not today, honey. Get the fuck out of here. That's what classic reality TV was. Good. I'm glad it kept going. There's an episode of this show. Jorge, did you ever watch Ugly Americans?
Was that on Comedy Central?
I was on Comedy Central or MTV. It was an animated show.
Yeah, I remember that show.
Yeah. Ugly Americans fucking ruled. I love that show. There's actually a lot of really good voices on that show. Natasha Leggero is one of the voices. Kumail Nanjiani is in an episode. Fucking Kurt Metzger is one of the main voices. A lot of great comedians were on Ugly Americans. But there's one episode where they're doing like a real world style thing, and the producer is this insane man who knows how to make reality TV so good. And he says reality TV is about the 3 Fs: fighting, fucking, and fight fucking. And I'm like, yes! That's what you need to focus on if you want to make good reality television. Something that involves sex, something that involves violence, and something where violence and sex meet. Love and money can be like floating in there too. Money is a good one because money is a good catalyst to turn sex or fucking into violence. So money is a good fodder to get the violence going. You throw a little money on a little love and then you get a little violence. That's the formula, guys. So that's why we need money and sex in this reality show with these uncontacted tribes. And these chicks will be vicious too. We're not going for those nice tribes where they just like, I don't know, they make quilts and shit. We're going cannibals. Straight cannibals. You know how sick it would be if one episode a girl wakes up and she's fucking getting scalped and she's like, she's trying to fucking scalp me. And she's like bleeding from her forehead. And then she's talking in whatever language that the girl speaks. And she's like, I don't know what she's saying. She wasn't scalping you. She said your head just did that. That's good TV, guys. And then cannibal chick is like, fall in love with one of the dudes. And then she's like, the dude picks a different girl, and then she throws like a fucking poison dart at him, and it hits him in the chest, and then we need to get like some poison dart frog medicine on set real quick, and be like, yo, he almost died, and we like revive him, and then he leaves. Though there's like a whole episode where we think he's dead, and then at the end of the episode, he comes back, and it's like, oh my god, he made it! The anti-venom worked! God, this is a good fucking show. Holy shit, guys. Holy shit, dude. Okay. What else were we? Well, there was some other shit we wanted to fucking cover. Sorry, I'm all over the place here today, guys. Where are we at? Oh, we're 37 minutes in. Jesus Christ, guys. Okay. Well, I don't think we have time for the Fox News one. The Fox News we're gonna have to push over to the exclusive episode. It's not a Patreon episode now. It's the Gas Digital exclusive, guys. If you wanna, I gotta start saying this off the top. That's fucking smart. I got to say this off the top. If you want the Gas Digital exclusive episode, you got to use offer code CHE, and you join the Gas Digital network with offer code CHE to come view and check out my shit over on Gas Digital. That's what you got to come fucking do, guys. Offer code CHE on the Gas Digital network. Oh, fuck. It's getting hot in here. I'm sweating. Is there an AC? Yeah, but it's going to make noise, right? Fuck. All right, whatever. Okay, we're gonna push Fox News to the exclusive ep. Let's go a plumber putty. This is a Dark Holes specialty. We got a nice poop video for you guys. You guys love shit and poop over here, and so we're bringing it to you live. We're not live today, but we're gonna be live soon. Are we live next time?
I don't know.
Okay, next time I think we go live.
Here's the video.
Rockaway. Look at this big ass rock right here. It's not a rock, but is that a rock?
Is it?
So I think they just cleared out some pipes, and he thought there was a rock stuck in the pipe. And it wasn't a rock, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to him gag. Oh my God. Hold on, let me see it one more time. Make it a little louder again. He goes, is it a rock? Okay. The instant reaction to squeezing shit and then gagging. Oh, that's so funny, dude. That is touching poop. Gotta make you gag. That's the worst part about picking up dog poop is you feel the heat of the dog poop through the bag, and then you kind of are like, I know this is poop. There's no way I'm tricking myself into this being not poop. This is like it's hot shit out of an ass. That's a good one. Okay, we're gonna do one more video and then we're gonna go to write-ins. Okay, give me. Oh my God, I put on too much shit today. Give me a Farquaad hair. So this lady goes in for a haircut, and then look, we're gonna see what happens to this lady when she fucking gets exposed for her haircut. When she shows off her haircut here. Look at how she came in. They go in. Now I don't want to comment on this lady. This lady looks how she looks. Different people look different ways. But then when we see the hair at the end, bro, legit, they gave her the Lord Farquaad. You can't do that to a person. Is this like a really good Lord Farquaad? Yeah, but you can't give someone a Lord Farquaad. You can't do that. As a barber, you should be able to cut someone off just like a bartender. So if someone comes in and they go, hey, I want you to shave I want a reverse mohawk. I want you to shave down the middle and leave the sides open. As a hairdresser, you should be able, no, I'm sorry, you're cut off. You're cut off. You're not allowed to do that. We're not going to give you that because it's going to ruin your time, dude. You're going to have a bad time. I'm looking out for you. As the hairdresser, the barber, I can envision what is about to happen. And what's about to happen to you is you're going to leave this place and everyone's going to make rude comments about you. Bring up the comments on this video for me, Jorge. Let's see this Farquaad hair. I don't know if I can see. I got to get fucking glasses. God damn. No. Why? Get that out of here. Dude, yeah, people are posting pictures of Big Ed. That's what I'm seeing. Okay, don't piss me off. If Chris Farley and Lord Farquaad had a confused little man-child. Like, come on, man. You can't do this to a person. This is the barber's fault. This is the hairdresser's fault. Fault. You can't give a Farquaad to a person, dude. That's just a fucking mean thing to do. You should have looked her in the face and been like, listen, honey, I know you came in here with this picture, and I know you think this person in this picture looks cute, but I've been on the internet in the past 2 years, and I know what reaction you're going to get, and I know what people are going to say to you, and I know how it's going to make you feel. It's going to make you feel bad. So what you should really do is grow the hair out, and then maybe we'll go for a different look with long hair. The long hair is going to look good on you, honey, but the Farquaad's not. The Farquaad's not going to look good on you. You can't get the Farquaad, okay? Come on, man. Be a better you should get your license taken away. You should get if you are a hairdresser and you give someone a Farquaad, and honestly, and you make a good Farquaad, you get your shit taken the fuck away, dude. They're taking your license the fuck away, dog. All right, write-in time. Okay, so our title write-in, I cannot beat the furry allegations. I'm starting to think maybe I'm just in denial. So then I reached out to this person. I was like, furry allegations? Like, what does that mean? Like, people are saying that you're a furry? Because, like, you would have to be living a certain type of lifestyle for people to be calling you a furry. It also lets me know, like, what your friend group is. And as I did reach out to get a fuller extension on what this means, because I was a little bit confused to what the furry allegations are. And there's stuff in here that is suspicious, but I think it's more your social circle. There is that saying, you are the 5 people you keep closest to you. It seems like the people in your life are furry adjacent, or you're in a furry adjacent world. Because this type of shit would never happen in my life, because these people just don't even think this way. Like, first she said, LMFAO, no way. After I reached out, she said, so basically, a lot of the fictional characters I'm into are very much riding that line. Mostly anime. Mirako from MA, that's My Hero Academia, can get it, IDK. I don't care. Okay, so she's saying who she thinks hot, who she wants to bang. A lot of these are like cat-adjacent people. Can you look up Darksider's cat chick for me? I'm thinking this is the kind of the realm she's into. You can also look up Mirako from My Hero Academia, just so we can give the audience a little bit of something. Mirako's a rabbit lady who's like, she's also very buff. She's in a very good episode of My Hero Academia where she's got these like rabbit powers. And then there's also, I remember seeing this Darksiders chick when I was young, and this sparked a emotion in me. You got it for? Is it only porn, Jorge?
Mainly porn.
Mainly porn. That's the problem. See, the people porn it up, dude. There's nothing where she's not porn.
Hold on.
Jesus Christ, there's that much porn?
Here's a.
You can give it to me pixelated, or like her 8-bit version.
Here's the like an official images.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that's like, it's pretty much on. But that's like, see, like if you're looking at stuff like this and you're going like, whoa, you're a furry for wanting to bang that. It's just tits. It's just like, she has cat hands. Okay, she's going to give me a rough hand job. Make sure she retracts the claws. She's got weird ears. I'll fucking push them back or to the side or whatever. She's got a tail. Jerk me off with it, dude. A cat chick wraps the tail around my hog and gives me a fucking tail job. Sign me up. I don't think that makes you a furry if you want to jizz in that. That's all I'm saying. Mirako is basically that, but a rabbit. That's what that is. I've seen My Hero Academia. Pretty good show. It started there. My HB. What's an HB? Is that husband? HB?
That's what I assume.
Okay.
Right.
My HB started calling me a furry, which I didn't believe because I have no desire of having a fursona. That right there. That when I was reading it, it was that right there that made me go, okay, you are furry adjacent though. Like you have friends who are furries. You have like you're watching anime. Like you're in the level of nerddom where if you're not a furry and your friends aren't furries, you have a friend who has a friend who's a furry. Like you're 1 degree of separation from furry because you use the word fursona. I've heard the word fursona before, but it's never been like it wasn't in my brain. Like that didn't get filed. It was on the ground. And then me reading it brought it back up. I never would have remembered to use the word fursona or that the animal version of a furry is called a fursona. That's what a fursona is, if anyone who's listening doesn't know. So I think this is part of the reason why people are saying you're a furry. It's because you're close to the world. Your friends and your world is close to that. Like if I don't know. Like if, say if a friend of mine opened my phone, if he was like, hey, can I look something up? And I give him my phone. And the last thing I looked at was that cat chick. And he was like, yo, why are you looking at that? And I was like, I was jerking off to it. He wouldn't be like, oh, you're a furry. He would be like, that's weird. Or you want a fursona. But your world is in that space. And that's why people are saying that. Then HB, then which I think is husband. Oh no, wait, we're still in the fursona thing. I don't desire having a fursona or anything like that. To me, it's just hear me out. You feel me? Okay, so these are a lot of abbreviations. You're clearly a younger person because you're using abbreviations that I've never heard of before. Then HB started sending me reels of e-girls with the tails and shit. As an emo shoddy myself, I'm hearing it. Sue me. But IDK, man, the lore's starting to get deeper, and the GCs constantly getting incriminating evidence. The GCs, what are the group chats, right? The group chats. Jesus Christ. I'm old. I'm getting old, dude. The GCs, bro, I am getting old, dog. Constantly getting incriminating evidence. I need to learn to shut the fuck up and get a lawyer for real. But my thing is, I still don't have any desire to roll like that in real life or have any fursona. So like IDK, man, where would you draw the line between furry and not? I think the line for me is once you put on a pair of cat ears Once you put on any cat type equipment, or if you start any animal type equipment, and not monkey. Monkey doesn't count. If you put on a gorilla suit, that's just for fun. Anyone who puts on a gorilla suit, that's just a fucking good. That's why there's no gorilla like fursonas, that's been co-opted by like bros and shit. A gorilla is like a fucking funny thing. You ever see the scene in that Eric Andre prank show where he gets by the gorilla? So Eric Andre had this like I think it was called Bad Trip, and he did basically like Jackass live pranks, and in one of them he goes into a gorilla enclosure and the gorilla starts him, and then one of the funniest parts of the whole thing is in the behind the scenes they show the guy talking to the guy in the gorilla suit. He's like, yeah, and then when you're like, look back at the people, like, you're next. And I was like, yo, that's so funny. They're giving him direction on how to do gorilla rape. That's crazy, dude. Very similar to that episode of The Simpsons where Homer gets by the panda. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was something I saw with my family. I didn't really understand what was happening there. Like, I was like, oh, he probably got humped. The outside of the suit got humped like a dog humps your leg. But they're like, no, he got fucking dick down by a fucking panda. That's dark, dude. That's fucking dark. Okay. I would say you're not a furry, but I think, yeah, because it's like maybe to the layman you're doing like furry-esque things, but if you were to go into like the furry world and be like, hey, I'm a furry, they would be like, get the fuck out of here, you poser. That's like me with like comic book stuff. Like, to a regular person, I'm a nerd when it comes to comic book things. But to anyone who actually reads comics, I'm the dumbest fucking most uneducated comic reader of all time. I've read like 5 comics, and I know stuff from like cartoons and movies and shit. So, yeah. So I think it's that. It's just you're bordering furry world, but you're also hanging out with people who are not furries, and so they're just like they're kind of pushing this identity on you. But yeah, maybe you should keep that shit to yourself. Like you said, I got to get a lawyer for real. But yeah, maybe just keep your weird stuff that you like to that you're into. This weird animal bordering people. Keep that to yourself, dude. You don't need to tell anyone about it. That's something we're big about here on the Dark Holes podcast is just shut the fuck up and keep your shit to yourself. Not everyone is everything is everyone's business, all right? What's the wildest interaction you've had with any groupie? What? Okay, that's why I'm fucking up. This one's actually misspelled. It's not all me. Sometimes it's not all me. What's the wildest interaction you've had with any of your groupie fan base? Wildest interaction I've ever had with any of my groupie fan base. I'm trying to think of like where it's like maybe a weird place I ended up partying or something like that. I've definitely gone to a few house parties post show, which is if you're an aspiring comedian, here's a great lesson for you. This never happened to me, but it is a lesson for a lot of people. Here, I'm going to give you a couple. These are things that they won't really teach you just in terms of like, I don't know, doing comedy. But always get insurance for the car. Anytime you rent a car, which is something you're probably going to have to do a lot as a comic, you're going to be doing a lot of road gigs, you're going to be flying to different places, and you got to rent a car. Always get the insurance. I know one comic who didn't get the insurance, totaled the car, and then was like 30 grand in debt. Me, one time, I had my rental car stolen in Cleveland, but I had the insurance because I heard about that story, so I always got the insurance, and it paid off huge. I don't know if I would still be paying that car off, but it would have been a fucking huge debt. So always get the insurance for the rental car. That is a must. Always get the insurance for the rental car. Another one is don't go back to the house party. Now, this is also one that I never respect. Well, this is opposite to before. I never respected this one, and I went back to plenty of house parties, and it never went bad for me, but there was a story of a comic I know who went back to a lady's house to bang her, and then in mid-bang, her husband came home. And then this guy pulled a shotgun on him and was going to shoot him to death. And then this lady was able to like calm down her husband. He's like, "Get the fuck out of here, dude. I'm going to kill you." Leaves. He doesn't know where he is. He's like in the woods in Canada. And so then he has to like walk along this fucking dark road for like for a super long time. His phone dies. He finds a gas station, goes into the gas station, and he goes like, "Hey man, like I don't have my wallet. I don't have anything. Like I can't like Apple Pay you or anything because my phone's dead. Could you like lend me a charger? Let me charge my phone and then I can call a cab." And then the guy says no. And so he has to walk to another gas station and do this again. And luckily at this one, this guy said yes. Pretty cruel thing. Someone's phone's dead and you're like, "No, I won't let you charge your phone here." Like you have your own charger back there. You don't have to like open up one of the chargers that's like behind the counter. He's not asking to take a charger. He just wants to charge his phone long enough so that he can like get a new Uber home. And you're like, "No, I'm not going to do that for you." It's pretty cold. Like be a human. Be a fucking human being. Like, even if he's a crackhead, it's like, who cares? Like, help out a crackhead. But me personally, one of the craziest things that ever happened with a groupie, with any of the fans or groupies or whatever, groupie fan base, I don't, most of it was just like drinking and partying. I never did anything too nuts. I did get invited to, I think I talked about this on a different podcast, the stuff I regret. I wanted to go on those boats once, those like Lamborghini speedboats, and I never did. But craziest thing with the groupie fan base. Yeah, it never did anything too nuts. It takes a while for people to get into my social circle and get close to me. I don't. My friend group is an exclusive group, and it's a long submission process. So whenever I hang with people and drink with them, like I'll be a good time, but I'm not gonna go to any like I'm only gonna trust you so far, and like hanging out at a bar and drinking is about as far as I'll take it. So I'm not gonna like end up in any weird spots. There was one time. This one was purely out of curiosity. This was, I won't say what city it was, but one time there was this like group of like 2 girls that came up to me after the show and they were like, "Hey, do you want to like come meet us at a place for a drink?" They like, they told me this and then they were messaging me on Instagram and I was like, "Hey, are you guys single?" And they were like, "Oh no, we're not actually single. But we just want to meet you for a drink." And I was like, "This is weird." And then I didn't meet them for a drink, but we were ending up in that city at the end of the tour. And to fly out, and I was like, they hit them up again. I was like, I actually want to meet up with these people to see what this is, because they were like, "Oh, you're coming back, come meet up with us." And so then I met up with them, and it was them and their boyfriends that were there, and I was like, this is super fucking weird. What is going on? They're like, "We're all going back to the house to drink," and it was just them hanging out with me. And then one of the girls had actually recently broken up with one of her boyfriends, and then she was hitting on me, and then the 2 of them got in a huge fight, and I was like, this is very fucking weird. And then the other dude who was there, me and him actually started to become friends, and we started, because I was like, this whole fucking thing's weird, and he was on the kind of outside with me being like, yeah, this is fucking strange. And then him and his girlfriend went back to their place, and then we kept drinking, and then he showed me all his guns, and I was like, this is fucking sick, dude. That was actually a really good time. Yeah, and I never got that guy's contact either, because I came back to that city again. I fucking hung out with him again and had like a bunch of drinks and shot the shit with him. And I was like, "Hey, it's great to see you, man." Fuck, what was that guy's name again? Fuck, but he was a great guy. But that whole thing was strange. And the reason I went deeper was because I was like, why are you inviting me out? It's just to hang out? There's something deeper. What are you up to? And that was what my curiosity was about. But I could have avoided that all if I didn't go. And it probably would have been an easier night. But that is some tips for the road. If you're an aspiring comic, some tips. Always get the insurance for the car. Always, 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 always. And because it's been multiple times that the insurance has paid off. One time we got a huge crack in the windshield too, and that we didn't have to worry about that. And then the car is stolen, of course. And then, yeah, don't go back to the party, because that can really blow up in your face. Okay, we got one more write-in. This is about the Grammys, which I did not watch, and I think was pretty irrelevant, because the only meme or piece of content I saw about the Grammys was Jalen Smith's weird head. His, he wore that thing. Oh, then my sister actually told me today about the the Bianca thing. Did you hear about this, Jorge? Yeah,
Yeah, I watched with my girlfriend at a gay bar. It was
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
fun.
Oh, you saw like when he did the reveal. Pretty crazy. But if for those of you who don't know, Kanye West brought his wife Bianca to the Grammys, and she was in this giant fur coat, and then she took off her fur coat, and she was basically wearing a see-through dress, perfectly see-through. You could see everything. Nothing was hidden. Yeah, and that was like, and then apparently they were kicked out, they were escorted out of the Grammys or something like that. I don't know the details on that. But Beyonce's country album sucked. This is what this person says. Beyonce's country album sucked, and she won Best Country Album. Well, I feel like getting the country album award at the Grammys is kind of not the real country award, because there's the country music awards. What is the country music something? CMAs?
Yeah, CMA, just Country Music Awards.
Yeah, Country Music Awards. So they have their own award show. So they don't give a fuck about the Grammys. So yeah, I would think that that doesn't even really fucking matter. Like, they could give Best Country Album to my comedy album, and it's like, who the fuck gives a shit? Because there's a whole other award show just for country music shit that's massive, dude. That people probably give a shit about that more than the Grammys. That's probably bigger than the Grammys, I would think. Yeah, so we don't know. I mean, maybe not as big stars, but I think it probably gets more views, because I think that fan base is more ravenous. That's what I would think. Yeah, I didn't listen. I know that one song, the Texas Hold'em thing. Cool. Beyonce won Best Country Album. Cool. Good for her. She's got another thing on the mantle. She's like slurping down the adrenochrome or whatever, like doing her Illuminati seances and shit. Cool. Yeah, I don't think I think that's a non-issue. I don't think anyone really gives a fuck about it. But guys, that's another episode of Dark Holes. We're going on to the next step. We're doing the Gas Digital exclusive. Remember, if you guys want the Gas Digital if you guys want the Gas Digital exclusive episode, all you gotta do is subscribe with my offer code Che, and you'll get access to my episodes and also the entire Gas Digital library. And you can get the live. I don't know. I think next week we got to start going live. I think not next week, but the week. Yeah, next week we'll be going live. I can't hear you.
Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. But we're going to be doing live apps soon. We're going to be on the live stuff. And we'll get it all figured out, you little sluts. Guys, tour dates one more time. Remember, guys, I'm going to be in Tulsa, Oklahoma on February. Oh, no, wait. By the time this episode comes out, we'll be past this. Las Vegas, February 13th. Detroit, February 15th and 16th. Madison, Wisconsin, February 20th to 22nd. Nashville, March 5th. Lexington, Kentucky, March 6th and 8th. Dayton, Ohio, March 13th. Salt Lake City, March 28th, 29th. Calgary, Alberta, April 3rd to 5th. Appleton, Wisconsin, April 25th to 26th. Get all your tickets through CheDurena.com or punchup.live/Che Durena. This has been another episode of Dark Holes. I'll see you inside your holes, you fucking idiots. Bye.